Hey everyone, thanks for tuning back in for this week's show. I'm excited about today's show and I've got an official snack for the combination trips. Wait for it. That's right, it's combos. The official fixin' for the trips. So let's get to the trips. Alright, I've got some intriguing trip combinations for you to think about today. There's a good variation, so let's get right to them. Week 2 is going to focus from Friday, September 6th to Saturday, September 7th. All games I mention are represented in Eastern Time unless I specifically say a game time for a specific time zone. First trip can either be ambitious or practical depending on how you go about it. It starts on Friday night with Marshall at Boise State, 9 p.m. Then, by Saturday, you could drive 8 hours to Eugene for Nevada, Oregon. Now, Power Eye tip. You could actually start this trip on Thursday for an FCS game between Idaho State and Western State. So it's at Holt Arena at Idaho State. They're actually only about 3.5 hours apart. And Holt Arena seems like a really cool place to watch the game. It's got a dome design. Also, be aware that the game time for Oregon, Nevada has not been announced yet. And technically, the game time, it could be 12. So just keep that in mind. It's hard to determine how difficult this game might actually be to get to.
Playoffs. We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see.
Bill's been through it before, I think. Bill has been through it. Well,
especially without knowing the game time. However, that can be part of the fun, part of the adventure and just the challenge to get to some of these games. Now, the next trip is practical. William & Mary at Virginia, Friday night, 8 p.m. Then Saturday, you could drive 2.5 hours south to Blacksburg for the Old Dominion at Virginia Tech game. Lane Stadium is a hopping place on game day, great atmosphere. When they play Enter Sandman, everyone starts jumping around, you'll have goosebumps. Seeing people over the age of 60 jump around is eye-opening, to say the least. So I understand that fan bases from Virginia and Virginia Tech would probably want to just go to their game since they have that rivalry thing going on, but for a random spectator who has no affiliation and just wants to see good college football, this would be a cool trip to go to. Not too much driving in between, very practical trip. Now, for a similar type of trip with rival schools playing consecutive days, but it's just out west, you could do Sacramento State at Arizona State Friday night, and then Saturday drive 3 hours south for Northern Arizona at Arizona. So I realized after filming originally that I messed up the name and called Western Colorado Western State. Back in my high school football days, we used to have to do push-ups or up-downs if we made a mistake. Well, here on College Football Fix, combination trips, we have to eat combos. So I'm going to eat one for that, and then I'm going to eat another one since I said Oregon game could be at 12 when it could actually be at 11. Combos are amazing. Alright, so I was looking at the directions again, and it looks like I made another error. It's actually about an hour, 45 minutes from Tempe, Arizona to Tucson, Arizona, not 3 hours. So yeah, more combos, more problems. After looking into this, I would have to say that the first trip possibility, if you're willing to put in some driving, could be a really fun trip. And you get to see some really cool venues for college football, especially if you're kind of out in the Midwest to West area. this would definitely be one to go check out, I would feel like. If you're looking for the chance to go, you know, for one of these epic college football trips, you could go to this, and it would definitely be a lot of fun. You get to see the blue turf at Albertson Stadium, and then Autzen Stadium in the same weekend. Holt Arena is definitely one of the more underrated places to go see a game, I would feel like. I'm just going by hearsay. I've never been there. So, I got a question. Question of the video. What is your favorite snack for road trips and going to games? Hope y'all like this video. If you did, hit that like button for me. Also, subscribe to my page. I'd really appreciate it. Make sure you tune back next Tuesday for another episode of College Football Fix Combination Trips. You might want to bring some fixins along with you.